Just wanted to do a little post about the Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward fight that took place over the weekend. And to say it's controversial would be an understatement. I didn't stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to watch the fight. I recorded it and then I woke up the next day and then I watched it. I made sure I stayed away from social media and the phone and text messages. I just got up really early and then just watched the fight. What I'm going to say is about to be very controversial, maybe even lose the very few subscribers that I have if you're diehard boxing fans or anyone listening. But I think Andre Ward won the fight, to be fair. I watched the fight 2 or 3 times, and the first time, I gave it a draw. I scored it a draw. The second fight, second time I watched it, I gave Ward a victory with 1 point, and I watched it a third time, and I also feel that he won it by 1 point, and that's how I scored the fight after watching it 3 times. Now, a lot of people are going to say I'm not going to give a complete and utter and thorough breakdown of what I think happened, but I'll just give you just like a very short overview of why I feel that Andre Ward won the fight. Now, when you talk about, Kovalev is going to be the come forward fighter out of the two. He is going to be the one who takes the center of the ring and the one who's going to try to control the fight on the outside. He's tall, he's longer, he's rangier, and he likes to control the fights on the outside. So you expect him to sort of take center ring and kind of come forward. And in the first round, he caught Ward with a very good shot, and Ward hit the deck, and then he got up. And if you think about it, when did he ever put Ward in real danger after that? When did he hit him with any real significant hard shots? If you watch the fight over and over again, there were so many close rounds, and I never saw Andre Ward in trouble after that period. Yeah, Kovalev caught him with some good shots. Yes, the fight was close. I believe that if they gave Kovalev that fight, I could actually raise my hands and say, you know what, it was that close. If you give it to Kovalev by a point, fair enough. If you give it to Ward by a point, fair enough. If you call it a draw, fair enough. But the fact that everybody was so outraged by the fact Ward won, to me, they're looking at it as if it was a done deal. It was as if Kovalev dominated. But there have been many instances in fights that we've seen where fighters have hit the deck and come back up to win fights. It's not unusual, and it was a bit of a flash knockdown to an extent, but Ward got up and he did what he had to do. Now, I want to reiterate that the reason I think Kovalev didn't win that fight was because, other than the knockdown, okay, he didn't really have Ward in much danger after that fight. He was more the aggressor. He was quite cautious at the same time, but if you're going to call anybody the aggressor, then you're going to call Kovalev the aggressor over the two. But I don't think he did really, that much. I think Ward did the more eye-catching stuff. I think Ward his punch variety was a lot more different than Kovalev's. His punch variety, his use of the jab, his use of the check hook. He caught Kovalev with some really good stinging shots, and Kovalev caught Ward with some good shots. But I think the more eye-catching stuff, the more clever stuff, the more slick boxing, landing shots while fighting on the back foot. I think that, for me, was the reason why I gave it to Andre Ward. The rounds were close, but I think the slicker, better, sneaky, cheeky boxing is what Ward delivered, and that's why I gave him the fight. And it just depends what you like. Do you like the aggressor, the come forward fighter, or do you like the sort of the counter puncher, the one who can fight on the back foot, the one who can fight defensively, and the one who can win fights from retreating and being on the back foot? And I think when you watch the fight again and again, and you watch the variety of punches that Ward hit Kovalev with, you learn to appreciate the skills that Ward has, and it was kind of like a single punch fight. There wasn't that much combinations thrown. I never saw a period in the fight where Kovalev hit Ward with so many combinations, or Ward hit Kovalev with a lot of combinations. It was a very tactical chess match, and I think they were both picking their shots quite well. But I think Ward picked his shots a lot better, and I think he was more slicker and he was more catching to the eye. And that's one of the reasons, or the main reason, I gave it to Andre Ward. But as I say, even if you turn around and say to me, I think Ward nicked it, or Kovalev nicked it, or it was a draw, then I would turn around and say I can understand that. But for me, or for someone to say that the fight was a complete shutout, I would completely disagree. So I know that there's a lot of controversy. I've seen the fight so many times. I was glad that two of the best fighters fought each other. It's great to see the best fighting the best, and we might even see a trilogy if they rematch. And it opens up other avenues. So it opens up Adonis Stevenson for Andre Ward. It opens up a couple of more fights with Ward and Kovalev. So it's all good. But that's all I wanted to say on the subject. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.